Hey, what's going on, guys, and happy Tuesday. So, today we are going to talk about, and I know it's been a minute since I've been outside, right? I've been doing a lot of midnight intimate moments. I'm still going to do those, though, but, I figure I go back to the old faithfuls. So, today we're going to talk about how to manifest a lifestyle that, well, you dream of. So, let's jump right into this. How many people out there are tired of living the life that you're living now, right? And you want something better. You want something like that you've always dreamt of. So why is it not happening for you right now? Well, let me tell you. The reason why it's not happening for you right now is for a few reasons. One, you have responsibilities. You have a family, you have children, you have people that you need to take care of, and you've been working on yourself for so long, but this is your life. So how do you know if you're ready to transition into a lifestyle that you want? Well, number one, you have to look at the relationships that you have. The relationships that you have is the one thing that's holding you back from being where you are. Now, why is that the case? Your relationships determine the people that you have in your life, but also the people that don't want you to be successful. And the reason why those people don't want you to be successful is because if they could help you be successful, they would. They would. But if you are not successful, then here's what happens. They are going to tell you, I told you so. They're going to say, oh, I knew you couldn't do it, right? And so sometimes you have to change the people that you allow into your inner circle. Now, what is your inner circle? Your inner circle is what you do every day, right? The people you allow in your life every day. So, for example, if I was in your life every day, then your life would be a result of what I believe in, right? If I believe in, hey, I think you should just go get a job and work and not pursue your dreams. Well, that is practical. It makes sense. You should go and get a job so you actually take care of yourself. But most people wind up actually giving up all the way because they're working. Because they don't have anything that's going to keep them motivated. I used to work. So I can tell you that when you work and you clock into work and you go and be around people and all positive and negative energy. You have people that don't like you because of your skin color. You have people that don't like you because of your mannerisms, your how you carry yourself. You have people that don't like you because people actually like you. And so what do you do with all of this, right? Should you work? Here's my advice. Yes. You should work. If you can't afford to basically take care of yourself right now and you have things you have to do what you have to do, right? But you should also keep in mind that that's not your life, right? And sometimes people have this, how do I put it? They have this feeling of saying, well, maybe this should be my life. I should just give up on my dream. So let me tell you something. Your dreams are not just like, oh, I went to sleep and I had a dream and it was just a regular random dream, and I just woke up and that was it. Your dreams are messages from your higher self, right? Your higher self is the version of you that you're meant to become. And so if you don't become it, then your dreams are going to amplify, right? And you're going to have more and more dreams. And then what's going to happen is that if you don't listen to your dreams, then what happens is that reality is going to push you away from things. Because here's what's going to happen. Life is going to get complicated. It's going to get harder. It's going to become difficult. People are going to make your life harder, your job harder. And there's a reason why that is. It's because you're being pushed. You're being pushed. Because here's what's happening. Think of it like this. The space that you're in right now is either a space of learning or a space of connecting or a space for someone else. See, if you ever notice in life, we all take up space. But that space that we take up, within it, we evolve and we grow and we become a version of ourselves so that we're prepared for the next space that we're here to take up. Let's say, for example, the house that you live in or the apartment you lived in. Someone else lives there or lived there. If you look at, when you go to the movies and you sit in a seat, someone else sat in that seat. Whether it was this year or last year or the year before that. If you think about, the life that you want, right? For that to happen, you have to be pushed into a space for it to happen for you. And most times you're in a space where someone has already been there and they either evolved or they actually descended back to a space where they felt most comfortable so that you can have that space. And that is the cycle of life. Life is all about spaces that you're taking up. And so when you really think about it, you're here to understand the space that you're meant to reside in. You're not meant to stay where you are right now in your life. You're just not. You might want to. You might feel comfortable being where you are. You might say to yourself, you know what? I love where I'm at in my life. I love who I am in my life. I love the things that I'm attracting in my life. That's great. But here's the thing. Most people think about, okay, well, what is your higher self? Well, your higher self is your shadow. Next time you go outside and the sun is out, right? And you look down, you can see your shadow. And your shadow is there to show you who you truly are going to become. But here's the thing, you're not there yet. And the reason why you're not there yet is because you're in a certain space that you need to either learn, grow, or evolve, right? Or to basically center yourself so that you can understand what you're meant to become. Everybody wants to be successful. But here's the thing they don't tell you, is that it requires more inner reflection than it does taking action. Yes, most times people think to themselves, okay, well, listen, it means working harder and harder and harder and harder and harder. Well, here's the thing. You can make money and you can become successful and you'll make tons and tons and tons of money. But here's the point. If you live your life simply for money, you have missed the whole entire point. And life will reveal that you missed the point by allowing the people who matter most to you to pass away. Because what happens is that when people in your life who you've taken for granted, or you felt as if though they're replaceable, or you didn't spend time with them, or you maintain this negative relationship with them, or you didn't forgive them, or you didn't forgive yourself, you wind up staying in that space. And yes, you use your success to prove a point. You use your success to put people down. You use your success to turn people into your reason for hatred and anger and building your authority so you can keep your thumb on other people like they probably did with you. But that's not right. When it comes to manifesting, it's a state of purity, a state of pure intentions. If your intentions has an underlying motive that has ill intent, you will not be successful. Or you will be successful, but it will come with turmoil. Or it will come with ups and downs and ins and outs. But there are people who actually become successful and their life actually evolve in a space where they can live peacefully. Most people say, well, what is peace? Is peace just staying in this state where you're just happy all the time? No. Peace is your own growth and evolution, but it's also a space where you reach alignment, where now you know what keeps you in alignment, which thus keeps you in peace. Because peace is not about just you staying in a state. It's also about the people you got around you too. It could be friends, it could be family. You have to keep in mind that everybody's energy is not going to align with yours. Everybody's belief in how they see life and how they approach life is not going to align with yours, because you're in another space and they might be in the space that you were in, and you're trying to connect with them, you're trying to build a relationship with them, you're trying to maintain it. Then you're also realizing that, you know what, this person doesn't belong in my life. Truth be told, most people wind up becoming successful because they do internal reflecting. Most people become successful because they commit to keeping things simple, right? I'm gonna give you an example, give you some just business knowledge. Here's a main simple funnel that you need and you will make money off of. Create yourself a mini course. Yeah, in the mini course you will include like what you would say a master class or a framework of how you work or what you offer. You will include your story. You'll include your like how people can, you know, take a quiz and learn like whether they're a good fit to work with you. And they simply book an appointment on your calendar and you talk to them. You evaluate if they're a good fit or not. And then you let them know, okay, this is how much I actually charge. And you let them know the rate that you charge before they hop on the call with you. That's business. That's if you're in a service business. If you're in a product business, you're a designer of fashion, or you create like any like t-shirts or you name it, whatever, you make soap or jewelry, then you can use the same format, and then basically you turn it into a membership. You build a community around it. The community by default actually helps you to build out a business. So now you turn your community into your ambassadors and they promote the actual product. And so you make money on both ways. You have people promoting for you, and then you have your product coming in, and through that annual membership, it allows everybody to be a part of whatever you're selling. So it's not just you're selling a product, you're selling an actual movement of what you're doing and how it actually helps people. So that's business 101. That's how you manifest, right? Now that sounds simple, right? But the hard part is, the question is, are you ready to step into that? Because truth be told, when you're ready, it'll happen. And you'll enjoy it. But it's that simple. It's not hard. It's just that you might not be ready. And that's okay. Take the time, take the space that you're in. Evaluate who belongs in your life, who doesn't. Evaluate your intentions, evaluate your motives. And then you will evolve, you will manifest, and you will develop your own internal alignment. I hope this was helpful. Again, I love you guys. I appreciate all the support. Probably gonna be doing some more videos outside, but I, really appreciate all the support and the love. Again, comment, like, share, follow, do all that cool stuff, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Peace.